Happy Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, Juneteenth. Right,
Yeah.
right.
What'd you do for Juneteenth?
What did I do? I didn't do what I should have done. I didn't realize there was a block party downtown, Charleston,
Oh.
and I saw the live, and I was like, oh man, and I saw people I knew in the live, and my green tea was in, and she said there was some things downtown, but it was so hot. I thought I was gonna go out eventually, but I didn't end up going out, so I just stayed on. What you end up doing?
I was actually working that day.
Oh, you was?
Yeah. So
For
I didn't really do
on
I
set?
didn't do much. I think I was working on set. What was that, Wednesday? I think it was like Wednesday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I was working on set that day. So
Oh, okay.
yep. I was
Dang, they had y'all working on
making that money.
That's messed up, man. Did they do something about Juneteenth on that?
I don't think so. No.
Probably
No.
not. Nah,
Come on, man. We in Charleston.
But Charleston the one had it.
No, I mean, like, you know what I mean.
The show you on, they definitely ain't doing that with no Juneteenth.
Yeah. But shout out to them for giving me some money.
I know, right? I feel you.
But yeah. Anyways, welcome back to the Black Summit. I'm Brooks,
And I'm Hendricks.
and we're gonna be talking about several different things today. We have to talk about this pop-up tour that happened on Juneteenth. Speaking of Juneteenth,
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar had an epic, concert. So many people came out, people from all over, people who
It's West Coast.
yeah, it was mainly West
Basically
Coast, but I mean, he brought all kinds of people out.
Did you see it?
I did not watch
Everybody he brought us
So,
from West Coast.
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody brought us from West Coast.
Right. Yeah. So we'll be talking about that. That's our number one thing, right? We had to. And I got some interesting perspective on that, but
Okay.
we'll see. Green tea ain't here to check me, so I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, but she will be listening, I believe.
So get ready for that. We'll also be talking about Inside Out. It just passed Dune. At the box office, Dune was the highest grossing film of the year so far at $700 million. It is now surpassed by Inside Out. We'll be talking about that. Seems like Hollywood isn't dead anymore.
I thought Bad Boy would have. Okay.
Bad Boys is still doing good.
Okay.
And then we'll be talking about the debate, which is going to be happening on Thursday. I have a question for you, and I think it'll be interesting. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have questions for Mr. Hendricks here and get his perspective on things,
Yeah.
So,
Because I'm running for office.
yeah. So stay tuned for that. We had to talk about politics, but first thing we want to talk about is Kendrick's pop-out tour. You watched it, so tell us about it.
I think it was great. It was great. He it was on Amazon Prime. I know everybody already saw it. If you haven't saw it, it's on Prime. You can go watch it. It was, California love. That's what it was, man. I know I'm a East Coast. Well, I'm a down south dude first. East Coast, of course. But it was Cali love, man. I think you'd have been proud, but I know you're not in love with California right now. I know you're a Canadian at heart. So, but yeah, man. Matter of fact, Q hit me up and remind me to let you know to come, to tune in to watch it. That's why I hit you up.
Yeah, he hit me up too.
Oh, he hit you up too.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, he let you know that Cali's in the mother effing house. But yeah, man. I think it was good, man. It was it was good to see that he brought different sets together.
Yes.
That wouldn't normally mesh, and everybody was showing love. So I think that was beautiful, man. And they I think they did a tribute to Nipsey. So I think it was a good thing. It was a good thing for Cali, man. I think you'd have been proud, man, if you wasn't so far up Drake's ass,
Nah. I'm just, you guys know how I feel about Kendrick. I'm not biggest fan of Kendrick. And I mean, I like Kendrick. I think his music is great. And I just think that he doesn't make enough music. I mean, but I won't get on that. What I will say is that I think I agree with you. This was great for like West Coast and all of that. Obviously, like everybody loved it. Everybody was hyping it up and stuff like that. And it really did feel like this is the explanation point on the battle, right? So I think ultimately it sounds like he won the battle.
It sounds like.
And
Did he win?
I say it sounds like because I feel like people just kind of chose him.
But isn't that what people do? They chose who the winner is.
I mean, most of the time we go off of the actual music, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They choose who the winners, the music that they like.
I mean, listen, I think that Drake put down better music, but that's just my opinion on that because I mean, Family Matters is a great track, and I think it gets overlooked, and I think a lot of people just kind of breeze by it because, I think the hate for Drake has been brewing for a while. I think about the last couple of years of the last couple of albums that he's kind of put out. People weren't really feeling it. And
really? I thought he always
that's when the tide started to change. The tide started to change maybe a couple of years ago. And this was like the perfect moment for Kendrick to come out. Everybody had finally turned against Drake. It was a perfect time for him to come out and to go after him. He didn't go after him when it was 2016 when Drake was on top. 2015, 2016 Drake.
Drake went after Kendrick first, didn't he? He dissed him first.
No, I mean, they've been going back and forth for the past few years.
I'm talking about with this particular battle.
Yeah,
he
didn't go after him first.
Dude, why he put why everybody saying they waiting for Kendrick to respond? He did go after him first.
You're talking about he put out the first
diss
he went
track.
After them But no, you have to listen
I'm talking about this particular diss battle.
Yeah, you have to listen to first person shooter.
I understand that.
Yeah.
He said I know he said forget the big three, it's just big me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, okay, I can't say you can take it as a diss or not. As hip hop,
Right.
A dude would be you have a dude cameoing on your track, and he'd be rapping about how great he is, and he on your track. You may not look at it as a diss, and then you come after him, and then you write how great you are. But I know a lot of times it's ego, because some people said that they would actually take a person verse off a track or take them off all together, so.
I mean, I just think it was a perfect storm. And I think Kendrick waited for this moment when every single rapper who Drake had really brought up and helped out or collabed with, whatever you want to call it, every rapper turned against him. Then it was like, okay, now here we come with Kendrick and, and I think the culture was ready too, because when you're on top for that long, and now your music's starting to get stale, which
you said it. You said it.
Drake's music was never stale. It's always just before its time, because I remember when Views came out and everybody was like, oh, Views sucks, blah, 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 blah. Now everybody's like, oh, Views was a classic. People say that now. It wasn't that everybody was saying that it sucked. It got mixed reviews. But now everybody's like, that's a certified classic right there. And so, I mean, I think his music has always been before its time. And I think a lot of people, when they first hear it, they're always like, well, what is going on? But in 5 years, the music always sounds way better than it did back then. And so, I mean, I think that, again, this was like the perfect storm, perfect time for Kendrick to come out. And let me say this. I think a lot of people have been saying, well, this is the end of Drake's career.
No,
and I don't believe in that. I don't think this is the end of his career. But even if it was, man,
you think he had a great run?
He had one of the greatest runs ever. 15 years on top. We're talking about, Views. We're talking about Take Care. We're talking about If You're Reading This Too Late. We're talking about all these different albums. I mean, even the one that he did with 21 Savage. In a few years, we're going to be like, that's a classic, man. And so I think it was one of the best reigns for hip-hop in hip-hop history. And Kendrick, no matter what he does, he'll never be able to live up to that, 15 years on top. That's what I'm saying. You know, so
if he goes strong now, he'll be able to. But
we'll see.
I
He's
think
older.
I think Drake made the carnal sin, the same sin that Jay-Z made, just because a person they took their quiet for weakness, because he wasn't responding. Was same thing he did with Nas. The next thing you know, when Nas dropped Ether, it lit New York up. He dropped this, it lit up Cali. Then next thing you know, it lit up the America. Then it lit up globally, you know. So I think they just took the quietness for weakness, you know.
Well, listen, I think I don't think he's older. Both of these rappers are older. So there's no way for him to make a 15-year run, you know? So
why not?
Yes, and I don't think I personally don't think that
40-year-old rappers. Look at Jay-Z.
I know,
dudes
but
in their 50s.
I personally don't think that, like, and I'm gonna get flack for this, but I personally don't think that Kendrick's up to the challenge because he can't put out music consistently. When are y'all? Flack. I think they were talking about how he's gonna get a album this year. He's gonna put out an album this year. Man, you're probably not gonna get another album if he does drop this year for like another 8 years. I mean, let's be honest, man.
But he's just not putting out anything, you know.
I know.
I'm not saying Drake just putting out anything, but
yeah,
it's just two different. Just two different lanes, you know. If I'm gonna just make party music, you know,
but he doesn't.
I'm sure
y'all just don't listen. Y'all only listen to the hits. Y'all don't listen to the other tracks.
I understand that, right? I'm not saying he only puts out party music, but if he's putting out party music and he's staying relevant, when you're more conscious, sometimes you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just not.
Let me refute that argument, because I think a lot of people are like, well, Drake just never grew up with the music. He never like grew up. He's singing the same stuff that he's singing that he was like 20 something, and he's like 30 something now. It's like, brother, y'all, first of all, I think he has evolved. That's why everybody says, hey, I want to listen to that old Drake. Like, I want to listen to the old Drake. Like, the old Drake was like on top, you know. Yeah, people say that. People say that all the time. But also,
he sounds the same to me.
I mean, but also, you don't really want a more mature Drake. Let's stop lying to ourselves.
Immature?
No, I'm not saying that I want him to be immature. I like where his evolution trajectory has been. Again, a lot of people say they like the old Drake better. I like seeing him change up his stuff. He has changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he sounds the same.
I think he's changed. I
think he's changed.
Me. But, you know, I also think that
you got it written down, huh?
Oh, you don't really want to see Drake, an older Drake, if that makes any sense. Because we already have the older Drake.
What?
Yeah, we already have
no sense.
We do have the older Drake. And you know who it is?
Who?
It's Kanye. And y'all hate his music. Y'all hate Drake.
You know what?
Y'all hate Kanye's new music.
I'm glad you said that.
Y'all hate Kanye's new music.
I'm glad you said that.
So, anyways,
you know what? No, I'm glad you said that. Because only thing I want to see old is the old Kanye. I agree. That's the only thing I want. To me, I'm not saying I don't dislike.
See, that's
Drake.
what I'm saying.
Y'all to me, Drake sounds the same as he did before, but Kanye, I want the old Kanye West. I want him to lose weight, grow his hair back out. You know, I'm cool with Yeezys, but you know, before the Yeezys, I want him to go back to college and then drop out again and go for late registration and try to graduate. That's what I miss.
That's what you miss, right?
Kanye.
That's what Drake does, though.
No, but to me, you can clearly see the difference. You can clearly see the difference between Kanye then and Kanye now. You can clearly see the difference, right? To me, I'm not saying there is no difference because you listen to Drake more than me. But to my ears, it seems like to me, I'm not saying he's doing nothing bad or nothing wrong. He still sounds the same to me. Like when he rap, he may do a ballad, and then he might sing his own hook on the rap. And some stuff's actually be banging. They hit. But to me, he sounds the same like how when he first came out.
See, this is what I mean by people want their cake and they want to eat it too. Y'all say that he's culture vulturing by going off and doing music with all these different artists, but y'all want to say that his style and everything he's doing is the same still. That doesn't make any sense, man.
How not?
So I mean,
he was doing working with different artists from the beginning.
Y'all just proving my points here.
From the beginning,
y'all proving my points here.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, and who knows, maybe that's why he has that level of consistency.
Again, y'all don't,
because he still sounds the same. He does the ballads, and
y'all don't want to see an older Drake, because it would be what Kanye is, because that's what,
yeah. Honestly, I think he would be better than Kanye. Than this, I think he'd be way better than Kanye.
I mean, he basically is what Kanye was on Heartbreaks and 808. Him and 40 talk about it all the time. That's where they came up with the style of a rapper who also sings. It's the same thing.
But Kanye wasn't really no singing. He's singing through the auto-tune. Really.
I know. But listen, go listen to Heartbreaks and 808.
Oh, somebody to sing. No, I
that style is what they took. Him and 40, and they created Drake. I mean, that's really why I really resonate with Drake more so.
Maybe Drake perfected a little bit more,
exactly.
more better.
But also he made it his whole thing.
Yeah, he made it his whole thing.
Kanye was still rapping.
Yeah, because he was a rapper, not
exactly.
a singer.
And
I get it. Sometimes you want to try some things a little different. You don't want to. You kind of want to break up.
That's what Drake has always done. That's why y'all call him a culture vulture.
Thing. I never called him a culture vulture, but I understand why they call him that. But I never called him a culture.
He tries all kinds of stuff. That's why he experiments with Afro beats and does all kinds of different things.
I had him experiment with some dance hall. I don't know about Afro beats.
He does all kinds of stuff, man.
But I heard dance hall stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, anyways, I think. Yeah. Another reason why I really like Drake is just because he's light skinned. He's specific. Because he light skinned. And I think that Kendrick is way more broad when he raps. He's again, he speaks for the culture, right? Whereas like, when you listen to a Drake song, he's talking about something that's very specific. Oh, this one girl who like texted me this thing, and it's like very specific to him, but that's what makes it relatable.
Some of those are good songs. I think I actually like some of those songs.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what makes it relatable is the specificnness of some of his stuff. Whereas,
you know what, both of them are related to the culture. Yeah. Both of them are.
I mean, I think so too. But I think
as much as people are conscious, people still want to party and get a drink and. Dudes
want
to haul at girls want to haul at guys.
That's why I don't think Kendrick is up to the challenge of y'all want to take down Drake, but who we gonna have left?
I'm about to take your West.
Who we gonna have left?
Your West Code card is revoked. Let me ask you this real quick, and then let's move to the next subject.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is your favorite West Coast, or do you even like any West Coast? Because I never hear you talk about a West Coast artist.
I honestly. Of course, I like all of the, the OGs. So when I think of like Ice Cube, when I think of Snoop Dogg, when I think of those guys, like for me, even like NWA, the group, and that's what I think of like when I think of like LA.
Do you have
Snoop Dogg wasn't at the concert, by the way.
Yeah.
So
I think they said Snoop might have been on tour or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite West Coast artist?
Not right now.
No,
I would probably have to say Kendrick
old or new
over anybody.
Kendrick. Okay.
Over anybody out there in the West Coast, I would have to go with like Kendrick, just because I feel like he's like the only one that's really my like more of my style of like, I can listen to some of his conscious stuff, but I just I'm not going to listen to him all the time, because I just feel like you have to get into a variety. Mood. Yeah, you have to I need a little more variety, but also you have to get into a certain mood to listen to some of his music, unless you're listening to like the hits, whereas I feel like people like Drake, I can listen to whatever, but yeah, what about
some people conscious rap all the time? I'm not saying that Kendrick is all that conscious, but some people in that lane all the time. Some people in that Drake lane. That's just what they do. Or some people like rappers from New York. They don't hear nothing else. You know
exactly.
I mean? Some people,
and I'm West not like Coast, that. I'll listen to whoever. I'll listen to whatever. It's a matter of, does it speak to me? That's why I've listened to all types of different artists. That's why I can listen to a Kanye, but also turn around and listen to a J. Cole and listen to some of these other, rappers that are around. So, I mean, I was just listening to Gunna. Like I'll listen to whatever, man.
Gunna from Atlanta.
Yeah. So I mean, his he has a couple new songs that I'm like, yo, those are pretty good. Yeah.
Do you understand him when he rap?
Barely, right?
I'm like, what is Gunna saying? I'm like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I can listen to whatever, man. Yeah. It's a matter of like, do you speak to me? And, who are you? So.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up, man.
Who's your favorite Southeast rapper?
My favorite Southeast rapper.
Y'all got a ton.
Yeah, man. There's so many. Oh, my goodness. There's so many. I mean, you can go old school. You can go...
Yeah.
Man, I like so many cats, man. Because South is so, the one thing about the South show love. South show love. And I'm not saying Cali don't. Do Cali show love like the South show love? Because South dudes will work together. Up north, New York cats, everyone wanted to be the king. Nobody wanted to, unless if you from that borough, they wanted to, they didn't really want to mess with you. Then after a while, some of them would collab, and then some of them would, they didn't want to work, because one person from this borough, that borough.
That's what was
I'm
dope
saying they
about...
they collabing now. Even 50 Cent had the beef with, a lot of cats. And before that, the Juice Crew against the Brit, like MC Shan. It was, of course it was just strictly music, And you had the Bronx, South Bronx with Curious One against MC Shan. I'm sorry, MC Shan not against Juice Crew, was South Bronx against MC Shan. That's like old school hip hop. But I mean, down south, man, it's so
open.
Many, man.
But that's what was great about the pop-up tour, because he had everybody, like people from all over who
Bloods,
came together.
Crips.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever, it did not matter.
Yeah, and different, I guess different. Correct me if I'm saying this wrong. Different sets within the Crips, right? Like you got Rolling 60s. Then you got.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay, but you know what I mean, right?
I kind of do.
And then they'll say Bloods and Pyrus. It's like one time I thought isn't Pyru is Bloods? Pyru's all Bloods. But now they make it like it's a set within the Bloods itself.
I don't know anything about any of that stuff.
You know what I mean?
Don't bring me into that.
I saw the documentary on it. Then I saw one on Nipsey.
Okay.
And they were talking like Cali, like certain hats you couldn't wear, like LA Dodgers and stuff. They were saying like how they got the Rolling 60s, because that's one of the most famous ones out of the Crips set. And then Nips was a part of that. Then they had the Grape Street Crips and different like from little areas.
You definitely have to watch what you wear in what area out there.
It's still real heavy like that, huh?
I mean, I don't know about now, but when I was there, maybe 10 or 11 years ago.
Well, of course,
that's
of
what
course.
It was. It was still like that. So, but shout out to Kendrick for putting them all together and bringing it out and showing out. So,
much love, Cali.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our next story. The box office. A lot of people thought that Hollywood was dead, but now Bad Boys.
I never thought that.
And they were having like abysmal numbers. Like I think one weekend they only got like 13 million for like the number one movie only made like $13 million or something like that.
What movie was?
I can't remember. But
I got a theory. I don't know if I'm right though.
Yeah. I know that like what was that movie? Mad Max, the Furiosa. That didn't make as much money as a lot of people thought that it was going to make. That movie. Yeah, it was like it was bad for a couple of weeks there.
I think now overall I could be wrong. I think far as box office, they ain't making a lot of money, but because once that movie after theater, it goes to premium, and they pay for that film as well.
Yeah,
wherever streaming. And some movies, I think like I said, I could be wrong. Why it seems like it didn't make a lot of money in the box office, because some stuff will be there for a minute and then they go straight to streaming or
but I think that like that was more during the pandemic when it would go straight to streaming. They're starting to switch it up now.
They're trying to, but some movies still come you be like, damn, this was in the theater. It's already on,
exactly.
already on streaming.
Already. And let me talk about this first. All right, so Pixar's Inside Out 2 is on fire at the global box office, where it grossed a record-shattering $100 million domestically and $164 million overseas in its second weekend, to finish Sunday with $724 million in ticket sales, to become the top-grossing film of the year after racing past Dune 2, which only had $700 million. So no movie so far this year has reached over $1 billion.
That one's close. And that was close.
Inside Out is going to get there. Yeah, Inside Out 2 is going to get there.
I never even heard of that. What is that?
It's going to be the first $1 billion movie of the year. And look at where we're at. We're in June. So Inside Out is kind of this movie. It's a animated movie, Pixar, and it deals with like human emotions. So like there's like happy, there's sad. I watched the first one. It was pretty good. But yeah, it has like several different.
Is that a kids? No, it's not a kids.
Yeah, it's a kids movie. Yeah, it's an animated kids movie.
Would you watch it with your nephews or something?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go watch it with them. So
and you know what? To be honest, not a lot of movies, even when the economy before the pandemic, not a lot of movies make $1 billion. Only certain movies make $1 billion.
Yeah, so they have joy, fear, disgust, anxiety, so all kinds of different.
But those are the characters.
Yeah, those are the characters.
But they go years without a movie making $1 billion.
Last year there was only 2.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But there was, I think it was 2019 when they had a ton of $1 billion movies, and Disney was like number 1 in that.
Yeah, so, with Black Panther, and then I think another movie made right after that made $1 billion, and that's the first $1 billion movie that Disney had.
9 movies made over $1 billion in 2019.
Really?
Avengers Endgame, Lion King, Endgame. Frozen 2, Spider-Man, Marvel, Captain Marvel, Toy Story 4, Joker, Aladdin, and Star Wars was right behind that with $940 million.
You notice all those stuff for like science fiction and sci-fi, like kind of.
Yeah,
that makes that kind of money.
Yeah. So the box office was on fire not too long ago, but it's been a struggle, especially after COVID.
And then probably also the same effect that COVID had when things declined, everybody stream. Because when they start opening up the theaters, that's probably why everybody wanted to get out the house and go back to theaters and watch film. Mm-hmm. So that helps as well. Had the opposite effect.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what else gets to $1 billion, but it sounds like this Inside Out is going to save it.
You think Bad Boys will get to $1 billion?
Where are they at now? Let me see where Bad Boys is right now. So Bad Boys 2 is only at $300 million globally.
What it cost to make?
It was $100 million. So they made their money back. Bad Boys made their money back. So
yeah, they made their money back.
We'll see.
It's best I know people want these big astronomical budgets for these films. But it's always best to have a smaller budget because that's less the risk. You know what I mean? At least a small enough, decent enough budget.
Yeah.
To where you can get what you need, what you want. Than these like $100 million budgets, you might barely bring in 150. Yeah, exactly. You still made a profit.
What was your review of Bad Boys? What did you think of that overall?
I thought it was pretty good. It was dramedy. Martin Gaye had the cover. My thing is like why they got rid of Theresa Randall. Or maybe I don't know why she wasn't. They use another lady to play Martin's wife. What's her name? Tasha. What is her real name? Her name is let me see. And she's a good actress. Tasha Smith. They used Tasha Smith to play the wife instead of Theresa Randall. I wonder why she wasn't available for that role. Because we so used to see. You saw Bad Boys. You saw the lady who plays Martin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Her name Teresa Barnett and his name.
Right.
So they had Tasha Smith to play. I wonder what happened.
All right, moving on to the presidential debate.
Mm-hmm. No
So yeah,
audience.
the debate will be live on CNN and
Thursday.
Thursday at 9 p.m.
9
Eastern.
p.m.
So it's going to be late for the people on the East
Yeah,
Coast.
yeah.
You know, but yeah, are you going to watch it?
I'm gonna watch it. Do you think Trump gonna get the best of Biden? You think Biden gonna be able to keep up with him?
I think that Biden is going to get the best of Trump.
You think
And
so?
I've said that multiple times, but I mean, I really think that's what's going to happen. I mean, if Trump wants to win this debate, he's going to have to come out and be very chill because I remember the last debate right before the election last time. He was like hot on the mic. He was going crazy. He looked like a crazy
His
person.
lips were sweating.
Yeah, he looked straight up like a crazy person out there. And, you know, Biden won because of that debate. I really believe that. Like if Trump wants to win this debate, he needs to come out very chill, soft, and not be going at Biden the way he was the last debate
That's
and
not
looking
Trump's
crazy.
style. That's not his style.
Exactly.
That's not his style.
And I think, on the other hand, I think if Biden wants to win this debate, all he has to do is come out and show that, he can kind of handle Trump in a way. I mean, if he comes out and shows strength and that he can sit there and talk and still have clear thoughts after an hour or so in, or I don't know how long the debate's going to go for.
Probably about an hour.
Yeah, but if he wants to, win this thing, he's got to show that he can stand there and, go back and forth with Trump. And so I think it's going to be an interesting thing, but I think ultimately Biden's going to come out on top because he does really, really well when it comes to debates. When it comes to the State of the Union, he does really well on these things, and they're definitely resting him up.
Yeah, he's prepped for it. I think that Trump gonna try to outwit him. He gonna throw some little jabs, but then at the same time, there's no audience to placate to.
Exactly.
There's no audience to rive you up or nothing like that.
And they got the mute button.
Right. They got the mute button.
Which I wonder who's in control of the mute button. Because
who's
that's
ever the moderator, probably. You think? Well, no, probably not. Maybe the director. They probably got someone there.
Yeah, hopefully it's somebody who's not as biased. You know what I mean? So that there's I would think it would have to be somebody who's not biased.
Yeah. I think Biden should stick to the facts because I don't think he's going to be able to outwit him far as with his tact. Because I think Trump doesn't really care about think about it.
Trump's a troll.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the facts or the truth. All he got to do is just keep talking about, what people say you ain't doing. Well, you haven't did this. You haven't, and that's, and that'll play it in Trump's strength. So Biden talking about what he is doing, and they both will talk about what they will do if they're, if he remains in office or if Trump get in office. Right? So
I think that Trump's going to be on the deucive.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Trump is going to be on the defensive. Because right now, I mean, he's a whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
he's a convicted
that's
felon.
what you would think, right? But the thing is Biden witty enough, or is he? Well, he is cognitive. Well, I shouldn't say he's cognitive.
Did you sound like the Republicans now? You heard what the Republicans said? They was like, he needs to be drug tested.
Yeah.
Before and after.
You try to say that, tell me with pads, because Trump said, he's in a Sleepy Joe's in a log cabin. Tell me he gonna get a shot in the ass so he can get enough energy.
I was surprised he said that.
You surprised that Trump said that? Come on,
I was just like,
the same dude telling me, if it was me, I'd get that son of a bitch off the field.
That's true.
Come on, this dude.
That's what he always says, something like that.
Yeah. So that doesn't shock me at all. He riles the troops. And he's good at that. He's good at that. But my thing is like, you're right. You would think he would be on the defensive if Biden can be witty enough or be tactful enough and stick to the facts and then throwing these little jabs, that hopefully that Trump don't get him too distracted. One thing Biden don't want to do is he do not want to let Trump get him riled up and get him angry.
Yeah.
Then if he do, they say, this dude can't handle pressure,
Biden is going to have to show that he can go tit for tat, though. I mean, he's got to show
But he got to be tactful. You got to show strength.
Yeah.
You got to stay on course, but at the same time, you got to hit him where, like, You know, like this dude is indicted. You know, you want
Yeah,
you
exactly.
want to have a criminal. You know,
That's
like
all
they
you
were
gotta
saying.
say.
He said before he came, he had to see his PO. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it won't matter to his Trump's base, but still to the people who you want, that's what he has to do. But then he also gotta hit the facts. He gotta hit facts, and you gotta
If he hits the facts, you know, I think that'll be good. But yeah, if he just shows a little bit of strength, I think he'll take him. You know,
because naturally, right, this should be a given, right? This dude's a felon. He's indicted.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get.
But it's Trump.
You got to impeach twice. Exactly, but it's Trump,
It's
and his
different-
base don't care.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Trump
about
has
it.
different rules.
They don't care.
It sounds
man.
like that's what it feels
yes,
like,
no,
you
you
know?
are 100% right.
So-
So you know what they're gonna have? They're gonna have what they call like a town hall meeting, right? They'll have a census group. Some will be Republicans, some will be Democrat, and then you know they'll be in there. So what do you think of? You know, they'll be talking to them, and then I guarantee you, watch what the Republican people say, regardless of the indictments.
Yeah.
The hush money trial, all this stuff. Just watch what they say. Watch what they. None of that matters. None of that matters to them. They still want their guy in office.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's because I know you're voting still for what's the guy's name?
Trying to. I was looking at Dr. Cornel West.
Okay.
But who else is independent?
So, do you feel yourself? You
That
feel
I'm
like
gonna
you're
vote?
undecided? Oh, you better vote.
No. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote. Who else is independent other than
I mean, RFK Jr. There might be somebody else in the race,
Even though you know they ain't gonna win.
Yeah, to
I
me,
hate
the
to
only
say
the
it.
only ones that like really matter are Cornel West and RFK
RFK.
Jr. and you know
Yeah.
some of the other two guys, the main guys, obviously.
You think if
But-
Nikki Haley went independent, even though she's in the Republican Party, you think she would do well if she went independent?
I think she would have done well. Yeah, I think she definitely would have took some of those Trump votes.
You think he should
So-
have her as his vice president, his running mate?
That's another thing. I'm glad you said that because he's actually going to announce,
it.
that he has
In
chosen
during the debate?
during the debate. Yeah,
'Cause
well,
you
that's
know-
what he said.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see,
what he said, right?
You know,
I heard a video on that, and someone yell out, "Tim Scott!" You know, and there's no way he was going to use. I don't think he was going to.
he was thinking about it, but
was.
the last two, the other two people, I think there's like some guy named Vance and some of the,
Yeah,
and they them good old boys.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
already know,
bro,
you already know.
that would be a big mistake on his part not
Yeah.
to. I think he needs to have like some kind of like minority or
Somebody brought up a good point.
someone
You
who's
should
a
have had Nikki Haley.
yeah,
Nikki Haley, you know.
because that would
And
that would
honestly, she might be. You think she would be a better running mate than Tim Scott? Even though he's from here? I think so
Tim
too.
Scott is kind of a joke to me.
I think that's why he
So-
cozied up to him.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but you know, and I think Trump knew that.
yeah.
So yeah, come on, support me. I ain't gonna tell you who I'm running with just yet, but you know, give me your full support. And then either way, if he makes it in office, you got to support me anyway.
Yeah.
You want a job, don't you? You know, so.
Well, yeah, that's what he wants. He wants loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little scary, man. Because you know,
Yeah.
last time he was trying to get Pence to do some
Yeah.
dirty stuff.
Because you know he.
So
Remember
overthrow.
remember he said he didn't promise. He didn't swear to defend the Constitution.
Mhm.
What he said, he just going to uphold it, but not defend it, or some
Yeah.
way they try to play on words.
Right.
And obviously that was true with the insurrection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So he said, hey, I didn't promise I would defend this.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
What would be your ideal candidate? Like who? Like what kind of characteristics would they need to have? What kind of policies would they need to have?
Oh man. That's still kind of hard to say because you can't please the masses.
Mhm.
You know, you're gonna please some.
I know, but I'm
know,
talking about you.
For me as an individual.
You as an individual.
My ideal candidate would say, let me get a census of African Americans so we can see how we gonna do this reparations. That's my ideal candidate. We're gonna do that. We're gonna knock out student loans.
Mhm.
You know, the George Floyd Policing Act, they're gonna come into place. I know people might say, man, he sound biased. Like he just wants stuff for black people. Well, who hurt the most? And then also my ideal candidate gonna you know, we're gonna have some type of border control,
Mhm.
you know, and with the immigrants that's all over here legally, you know, even the ones who over here if they want to go through the legality of everything, we're going to get them straight. The ones who don't, we're going to send them back the way they come from. And we're not going to discriminate from black countries. Long as they're willing to work and do their fair share, because it will strengthen our economy.
Yes.
It will definitely strengthen our economy, And, that we're going to get them. They're going to work. We'll get their social, so the government, they can pay their taxes like everybody else. But I think it will strengthen our economy. That's pretty much what I would love to see. But this is not a perfect world. So,
yeah.
Who knows? I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah, man, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to.
Easy, but everybody play politics.
Yeah, everybody plays politics. People act like they're gonna do stuff for people and don't ultimately do it. I think for me, it's more of like we just need a president who's gonna listen to everybody and come up with a good middle ground.
It's hard to do.
We need a president who's going to bring people together. Too many of these last few presidents have been very divisive.
Obama tried to bring people.
He might have tried to, but I think it made it even more divisive.
Of course.
So I think that. Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely need like somebody who can bring us back to, hey, we're going to work together and we're going to get bills passed. We're not just going to be thinking about our $1 million mansions when we go home. And, we're actually going to get some stuff passed through Congress that can help the people, the American people. Yeah. We're not going to be doing stuff for Russia all the time whenever they want us.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not Russia, Ukraine.
I forgot about that. And Israel.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Israel, I feel like...
You think they should cut Israel a check?
No, I didn't say that. Like, I think, they are our allies, so it makes it a little more complicated.
But
at a time when, I don't know if you saw Kim Jong-un and Putin meeting up together.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
They wanted to attack Israel, that's what you're saying?
No, they, made a treaty together.
Oh.
That if anything happens with the U.S., like, if we do anything to them, they're going to fight together. And so, I mean... At a time when we don't have many allies, right now we need Israel. We need all the allies we can get.
True.
But I understand what you mean.
I'm all for helping people.
Yeah.
But like I said, we have to help ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
First, and then we can help people and make them our allies. We can help Israel. We can help Ukraine, whatever, but we need to help ourselves.
We need to be made whole first.
Yes, exactly. Help ourselves first, and then we can help. Yeah. We can help other people, and then and even against other countries, they still fear America because you got to realize it's not all about foot soldiers anymore. It's chemical warfare. It's different guerrilla tactics, different tactics nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not even AI come into place.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's just not, just because they're partnering together, that necessarily, I'm not saying we can't be hurt by them, but trust me, they can definitely wear ass whooping too now. That's why it took them to partner together. Mm-hmm. Why no other country attack America like that? Because they know. Yeah. They already know. You attack America, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to have a problem.
Yeah, we'll crush your whole economy.
Exactly.
They'll tear your whole economy down, So.
We'll annihilate you. That's
exactly. Yeah. Case in point.
Yeah.
Hiroshima.
Yeah.
And they say, well, okay, we said we will never do that again.
Yeah.
Because it succeeded what they initially intended for it to do.
Yeah.
You cannot destroy people's whole economy like that.
Yeah.
But they say they'll never do it, but they still got the technology to do it.
Exactly.
They say they won't
it's
do
never
it.
gone away.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody ain't gonna touch America like that. You know what I mean?
Nobody want the smoke.
That's a death sentence. That's a death sentence to do that.
Yeah.
That's a death sentence to do that. And we shouldn't do it to them. They shouldn't do it to us.
Yeah.
Humanity first, right?
Yeah.
Humanity first. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Take care of home.
Yep. For sure.
Take it home, man.
All right. Well, that's the Black Summit.
Yeah, I'm Hendricks.
I'm Brooks.
And we are out this beat.